Catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.
Welcome to Cruise Control with Mide. So the morning isn't exactly morning for me appropriately, but we move. Anyway, on this side, we'll be delving into the ever-evolving world of social media, technology, all the latest trends, updates, innovation in the digital space, the impact of social media on the society, how to navigate the social media world, the digital world, tips and tricks, speaking to industry experts, and many, many more. China's new chatbot has censorship problems. It has even been tagged as Elusive Ernie. Now, this chatbot that was launched by tech giants Baidu deflects anytime you ask it questions that it deems too sensitive. In fact, its most frequent response is, let's talk about something else. Ernie is the Chinese equivalent of ChatGPT, and its creation came with a lot of fanfare, But the question is Ernie going to be affected by the overbearing censorship China has placed on social media, chat apps, and all other kind of online behaviors? This is definitely a miss on this side. And if care is not taken, a chatbot with less stringent restrictions will come and it will take over from them. Kenya is moving to ban TikTok live streams on the issue of morality, as there is an increase in explicit content put out there in these live streams. Other African countries like Somalia, Senegal have done the same. Uganda, Egypt are looking to do the same. More and more countries are putting some form of restrictions on TikTok. From schools in Texas to government offices in the US, France, countries like Afghanistan, Iran, and a lot of other countries over terror, horrific images, misinformation of public, indecent content, and the list goes on. How far can these countries go to monitor these restrictions as people have found a way around it? VPN being the easiest way. There was one time when Nigeria said, okay, there's a ban on Twitter. A lot of people went ahead to use VPN to access Twitter. So now a lot of people are still using this same VPN in different countries to access TikTok to lift the restriction. Simple, just put your VPN to Nigeria and you are using TikTok freely, right? Now, a lot of questions and conversation have come up, especially towards these morality issues. Questions about human rights, freedom of expression. Shouldn't I be allowed to go naked if I want to? Funny, because we used to, at one point, connect nudity with madness. But in all this, where is Nigeria and what is our stand on it? Now, YouTube has launched a verification system for healthcare workers in the UK as it tries to battle, misinformation. In 2022, healthcare videos were viewed over 3 billion times in the UK alone. Now, just imagine how many times it would have been viewed in other countries of the world, And then there's a certain criteria for application. Then after successful verification, a badge will be placed under their name, identifying them as genuine licensed healthcare worker. I think a lot of people just go to the internet to try to get information. Oh, I have a headache. What is wrong with me? I have toothache, or my tooth is aching, or there's a pain behind my eyes and everything like that. So YouTube has warned that this system is for educational purposes only, and you should not think it will take the place of visiting the hospital. Please visit the hospital if there's something wrong with you. Please. Well, personally, I think this kind of thing will help the kind of information we consume. So generally, I'll be more moved to go to YouTube and go under a verified page to check my symptoms than go to just any page. Before, they will tell me that this headache that I have, it is brain tumor or something of such. Just recently, a YouTube parenting influencer was charged with 6 counts of child abuse. No, look at it. YouTube parenting influencer, child abuse. How is it even the same thing? So just recently in Utah, a 12-year-old boy covered in open wounds knocked on the door of his neighbors, begging for food and water. He had just escaped from a nearby house, climbing down the windows and running with duct tape still around his ankle. What does this tell? This gives like a very kidnappy vibes. Like it's giving very, I just got kidnapped and I escaped from my kidnappers and I'm looking for people to help me. So when the police got to the house, so the police went to the boy's house and there were other 5 children there, and they were discovered in similar positions, open wounds, maltreated, hungry. And their mother, Ruby Frank, who is a parenting influencer. I feel like I should keep saying that, parenting influencer, with about 2 million subscribers on YouTube, was arrested. Parenting influencer with about 2 million subscribers on YouTube was arrested and charged with 6 counts of felony child abuse. Now, some people are not surprised, as our content usually sparks some criticisms, but what happened to people who actually take advice and they take it hook, line and sinker? How many children are suffering abuse because a woman on the internet is saying things that, oh, do this and do that. Okay, if your child offends, tie them to the fan and on the fan and let the fan be turning as he beats them. I'm not saying she said that, but if somebody on the internet with 2 million subscribers says do that, some people probably think, oh, of course, our word is law. She's an influencer. But how many people took advice? How many children are suffering abuse because this woman on the internet thinks certain things are appropriate? I always tell people that the internet is not a real place, and cases like this just prove me right. Like, what length would you go to airbrush your life? Like, what length has she gone to edit it? What length has she gone to make people think that, oh, whatever she's going through, whatever her life is what it actually is? Like, can reality be airbrushed? This is a question that we should really consider. One question that's been on my mind all morning is, what's up with Thread? Are we still threading, or after all the hype has gone down, we are all back to Twitter? Or is it X that we are calling it down? So when the verification wahala started on Twitter, it was Twitter then, so that's what I'll call it. Sharp guy Mark here, he went to bring his people and even sorted some of Elon's former people, saying, okay, let's come together, and then they now gave us Thread that we should be sewing words together. But Elon, my guy, who is never to be caught on fresh, said, okay, no wahala. So after all the drama and everything, and even the promise of a physical fight, which we are still waiting on anyway, I am waiting. And if the fight ever happens, my money is on Mark. I saw a video, or see a picture he snapped with Anthony Joshua. Hey, Mark was looking rich. I said, okay, this is the guy that wants to fight. Okay, no problem. Anyway, Elon said, you know what? Become a nuisance on X, not Twitter. Become a nuisance on X. Let people drag you and I'll pay you. Well, not so much in those words, but it's the same thing, sha. So people are being paid for engagements, not just any type of engagements, but serious engagements. And people are going out of their way to constitute nuisances just to have a lot of engagements on their pages, on their posts. And then we are all rushing to pay for Twitter Blue just so we are paid for this nuisancery that we are committing. So I can't believe it. So recently, very, very much recently, a friend of mine, he trended. I would say trended, but he kind of trended on Twitter where he got heartbroken and he had been gisting us about his relationship life from the beginning till now that they served him breakfast, last, and everybody go chop breakfast, in the words of Burner. And he trended and people were dragging him. And our group of friends said, you know what, guy, you're not going to waste this embarrassment and heartbreak that you're feeling. You better go and pay for Twitter Blue. Do you know that some people even went as much as crediting his account to pay for Twitter Blue just so that he's making money off this thing? And then I said, okay, when X Blue, oh God. So when X pays you better do giveaway for your guys, because now that we are supporting you after you got your heart broken, right? And on Saturday, one of those Saturdays, this guy hosted an X space. Oh, X is so difficult to call. He hosted a space on X. And I'm like, see this guy, you don't turn Twitter celebrity, X celebrity, just for one small thing. But this is the life that we are living now. And sometimes I wonder if Elon is bored, if he just has a great ego, or if he's an exceptionally good businessman. But do you think there will be hope for Thread? If Elon continues to, with all these updates and changes that he's making, changing the face of the Twitter that we knew to the X that he has in mind, will people fall back to Thread to give us the simple likes and comments and just retweet likes and comment that we loved, or is it going to be something else differently? We will never know. Or will we? We'll watch out and we'll see. David Lindenson says, we live in an age of innovation where digital technology is providing solutions to problems before we've even realized that we needed them. We see it every day as we find new ways to travel, eat, and shop.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.